this next topic, man, is kind of a little sensitive, man. So I want to kind of, but we're going to get into it.
Okay.
So this rapper, Dank DeMoss, is suing Lyft for weight discrimination.
Okay.
After a driver refused to let her enter his car.
Okay.
Now, Vinny, I'm sure the video is floating around, man. She's obese. She is obese. And the driver was like, yo, my tires ain't that good. He was giving her reasons, And she was offended and she sued, man. So my question to you, cuzzo, because I want to be sensitive. My question to you, man, where's the line between, like you said, this year is about accountability.
It's about accountability.
Now, that's crazy that happened to you.
It is.
But baby, you got to be in tune with reality, baby. You heavy. And not like the typical, like, yo, you are heavy. So I'm not saying you don't deserve to feel, but you got to understand, yo, you heavy. My man, let's just say he right. Let's say he let you in his car, right? Mm-hmm. And let's just say you do cause damage to his car.
Mm-hmm. Which is
then what?
Yeah.
Now he trying to sue you. What, is you gonna pay him for his struts and his shots or whatever? And I'm not trying to be funny, but that was a possibility. That was a possibility.
Because it was was it like a Mini Cooper? It was a small car.
It was a small whip. And then I seen a video of her rapping. I seen a video of her rapping. She was sitting like in the back of some type of whip, like with a door come up. Mm-hmm. And she was, I'm not being funny, but she was taking up all of that space. Yeah. And I was looking at the other video, like, yo, you probably couldn't have got in my man's car. And if you would have got out, it probably would have been a struggle if you would have been able to get in there.
Correct. So in that case, whether it's Lyft or Uber or their XL, I'm 6'3", 6'4". I can't sit in certain seats on the airplane. It's uncomfortable for me because I have long legs, long appendages. Now, if the airline then said, like, if I want comfort, I have to buy either.
Well, the airline would make you buy 2 tickets.
And I was getting there.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was getting there. Right. So if I want to be comfortable, I got to sit in the exit row or I got to pay for business class or first class. Because again, things are made for the average person. They're not made for people who are abnormal, super tall, super long, super big. That's why you have big and tall clothing. That's why you have those things. Mm-hmm. Because there are people, we all come in big, we come in different shapes and sizes. Okay? Some big, some small, some medium, some whatever. But if you are patronizing someone's business, then you have to be sensitive to how they make their money. Yeah. And I think that's what he was trying to say. Like, he was just like, look, like, hey, I don't know if this will fit. And if it does, you can do damage to how I make my money. Yeah. So if you get upcharged, you may have to get upcharged. If you're on an airplane, to your point, you got to buy 2 seats. Mm-hmm. If I come and I'm in an Uber or if I'm in a Lyft and I see you, I may say, hey, not to refuse service. I might have to call Uber or Lyft and go, hey, we have this situation. Do we have something that's more accommodating to her? Yeah. That's probably the better way to go about it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you got to understand that my being tall or my being whatever is not a you problem. It's a me problem. Mm-hmm. I have to do things to accommodate to it. I lived in Japan for 2-3 years. Nigga, that was nothing there for me clothes-wise. Because it wasn't made for me. Mm-hmm. They didn't go up to my shoe size. I wear a 12, 12 and a half, almost a 13. They didn't have it. Because they don't have, their people aren't that big. Yeah. Now, I could be American and be an asshole. You motherfuckers need to get some 12s and 13s in this bitch. You need to get some XLs and double. And this is when we was wearing the clothes big. Mm-hmm. So not only did you not want your size, you wanted a couple, you wanted a couple above your size. Mm-hmm. They don't got double XL and triple XL out there because they don't have double and triple XL people up there. They don't got an XL tall. Yeah. It just is what it is. And I'm not comparing myself to her. What I am saying is if you know you're going into the situation where you have to be accommodating, then you got to either prepare to pay more for that, or B, have a real conversation so you can be accommodating.
Yeah.
Like, because to then sue Lyft, which was the right thing to do. I'm glad she didn't go after like the driver or whatever, because he just, sweetheart, he just, you know.
She definitely gonna get a bag for it.
Yeah, she gonna get a bag for it. But to the accountability part, that's where the accountability comes in.
Yeah.
You know. You know what I'm saying? You know when you have something abnormal. And I'm not saying right or wrong. I don't know what her situation is, her condition is. I don't know if she has thyroid. I don't know what's going on with her. She could be perfectly healthy at that size. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you. But what I am going to say is you then have to be responsible for the accommodation that you need to fit you. Same way if you're in a wheelchair, you got to call for a different service.
Mm-hmm.
And so that part is where it gets a little funky, because people get sensitive about it.
Word.
And be like, well, I'm big and I whoop. And it's like, no, nobody's insulting you. Nobody's trying to disrespect you at all. We're just saying that, look, in this situation, for 99.9% of people, they're going to be able to fit in the vehicle, have the ride, and go on about their day.
Mm-hmm.
You are the exception to the rule. So please understand that you're the exception to the rule and don't go after it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't make that a me problem when I'm not trying to be, because I don't think dude was rude. I don't think dude was like,
he wasn't rude. I
don't think rude was disrespectful or nothing like that. Because it's, trust me, it's some Lyft and Uber drivers out there that will be disrespectful.
Facts.
That will be rude as fuck to you.
But you just gotta just be real with yourself.
Yeah, that's all.
Be real with